While playing the video game Sea of Thieves, I got to wondering, why do we love pirates so much? It's kind of an odd thing. Murderers, plunderers, thieves, scoundrels, and even in some ways terrorists of the oceans in the 18th to 19th centuries. We validate and even envy being these strange, neurotic, and tyrannical people. And you know, I feel like I'm right there with the rest of everyone who wanted to be a pirate. We're drawn to rebels naturally. We like resisting and going against something that seems to oppress us. Our agency is one of the greatest gifts we've ever been given, but it's also one of our greatest treasures. And like every pirate, we want to protect that treasure. And truth be told, gold and silver is not the only treasure that is out there. Jack Sparrow said it best.
Not all treasure is silver and gold, mate.
Truly, treasure is found not just for a pirate in the riches he has. No, it's found the pirate's life for all. For pirates, it's not just about getting the treasure and the gold. It's about finding freedom across that horizon, just peeking over the edge of the world. But how could we forget about the stories that started to make their way throughout history? Because indeed, it wasn't just the pirates stealing treasure, they stole our hearts as fiction began to take shape. One of the first stories to really push the genre of pirates forward was that of the classic Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. This classic book follows the story of Jim Hawkins, who is taken aboard a ship and then captured and harassed by pirates led by the infamous and terrible Long John Silver. These pirates take them to the legendary Treasure Island, there to discover the riches that are told in legend that could potentially not just make them rich, but also give them the freedom that they wish and desire. Get away from the kings of England and rather find their way to chart their own path across the seven seas. Indeed, this is often the story or case for many pirates. Pirates are often looking for one of three things, if anything. Often there are themes of vengeance, seeking for redemption or for power against their enemies or greatest foes. Another thing that they often seek is that of riches and gold, silver, or some kind of rare artifact found at the bottom of the sea or in catacombs of a deep island off the coast of its great bays. But the other thing that they're seeking is often just freedom. Freedom to get away from that of oppression and the power of rulers of every country and land that usurps that of the ocean itself. But the ocean is an unforgiving mistress. It has many secrets, diving deep into the depths. But before we go deeper, swimming into those murky waters, we want to first talk about some of the stories that made their way to our modern media. From things like Treasure Island, which later inspired the movies that countlessly came forth, including the animated movie made by Disney called Treasure Planet, which took a more science fiction approach, we even have stories like Sea of Thieves, the video game, which became a huge online phenomenon hit. It did have some rough patches throughout its, launch, but it still has remained to be a video game that we all love and enjoy. There's also wonderful video games like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is one of the best out there and one of the most popular when it comes to pirate games. But there's also movies and books like Peter Pan, which was also a story that made pirates really big, especially for being the villainous type. And it inspired things like Robin Williams' Hook. Then we even have things like Black Sails and the classic video game Monkey Island. From all of these stories and countless more, we find the interesting and wonderful themes of discovery, exploration, adventuring, voyaging, fighting, pillaging against other ships, and going against the man. Whether it be a tyrant king, another sailor captain, or infamous pirates that are against us, other rivals seeking to take your treasure or even your freedom, and send you down with the gallows into Davy Jones' locker. And how can we forget the legendary pirates that made their names, carving them into history and into legend? From famous pirates like Blackbeard, all the way to pirates like Captain Blood, Charles Vane, Edward Lowe, Edward Kemway, Goldie Roger, Long John Silver, Captain Hook, Barbossa, and even Davy Jones. There is still one that stands as the greatest, the most famous, and probably for the longest time will be the pirate everyone knows the name of Captain Jack Sparrow. Captain Jack Sparrow has many philosophies, whether it be
The only rules that really matter are these. What a man can do, and what a man can't do.
or
Take what you can. Give nothing back.
Captain Jack Sparrow is one of the true embodiments of what it means to be a pirate. He's the one that inspires us to want to take sail across the seas and find our own wonderful, strange adventure. What's funny is that Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the biggest stories to make an impact in the past several decades. It still is one of the best movies ever made. Its trilogy, because I feel like the two sequels are just okay or not that great, but the trilogy, the solid trilogy, was one of the best things out there. From it comes the true definitions of what the pirate genre is all about. Unlike other forms of fiction and even fantasy, there's no dragons, or magic, or castles. Heck, there isn't even sci-fi spaceships, or laser guns, or aliens. No, it's of a particular genre. The pirate genre has many themes. Not just some of the themes that we mentioned of that of freedom and adventure, it's also of exploration and discovery, and that involves ancient cities deep under the ocean, or pirates who discovered treasure, ancient and old wives' tales across the seas. It doesn't matter. The theme of pirates is all about the treasure, old ancient relics, or even curses and dark omens seen across from pirate to pirate. They have all kinds of strange, dark beliefs, and it reflects deeply in what sailors and pirates believed back in the day. Even that of legendary sea beasts like great serpents, kraken, sirens, and mermaids, or great sea gods seeking revenge, and even ghosts and undead skeletons still wanting to protect their treasure even in death. The pirate genre is almost different. I would dare say it's not just a subgenre or a hidden genre, it is its own genre. It could be placed easily in adventure or fantasy, but the one thing that makes it almost different is that it has its own rules, its own themes. It makes its own mark, just like a pirate does. We're drawn to rebels because we don't just want to stand up against something. We want to be our own person. We want to dare to go where no one else will go. We want to chart our course across the map and draw a line all the way dotting up towards an island that we can say we ventured towards and tell our stories around the campfire and table and say, I saw and found that gold just before it happened. In conclusion, I think the reason why we like being pirates is because it's just like how when we were kids we wanted to be astronauts, cowboys, or knights in shining armor. It's all the same. In our imagination, to be a pirate is to be a rebel. It's to be someone who wants to go and find their own way. To be a wild voyager on our way to discovering our legend in the great vast unknown. For indeed, it's a pirate's life for all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed working on this video, and there's going to be plenty more to come. In next week's video, we'll even be diving in to crafting a character for the transcendent worlds that is a pirate. So look forward to that on the horizon, and hoist your colors and come aboard, because soon enough, we'll be venturing even deeper into the transcendent worlds and talking about the many vast stories that lie within. So, look for that, and I'll be seeing you on the other side of the gates.